Something is watching. Always. And now, here's a video that a lot of you have been requesting. The Mr. X Nightmare Enemy Guide. Oh yes, let me tell you something about this Mr. X Nightmare DLC. It's pretty fun. I love it. Survival modes, I love survival modes. And man, it is a butt kicker because listen, you're going to see some familiar faces from the regular game. You're also going to see some nostalgic faces as well. And let me tell you, these guys are a doozy. Now, we have a lot of enemies to go through. Oh, wait, I didn't do my intro. This is Nashi and welcome to my world. And welcome to the Mr. X Nightmare DLC Enemy Guide. Try saying that 500 times fast. You won't. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go through all these enemies because they threw almost every enemy out there in the series at us. And this will make for a very long video. So we're going to get started, but just to let you know, there's some that we're not going to cover too heavily. For example, folks like Estelle, because Estelle still has her moveset from the boss guide that I made earlier, except that she launches the police bombs and the grenades at the same time. Streets of Rage 4 Shiva is still pretty much the same, except that he's a lot more spammier with the freaking clones. Also, Max really hasn't changed much, except that you can stagger him a bit now. Since you have fire elements and other things like bombs, he's a little bit easier to deal with. Zamza is still a hyperactive iframe jackass. Mr. X from Streets of Rage 2 is still a butt stroke spamming one frame rapid fire jerk. Abadede from Streets of Rage 2 is still a nerf WWE mid-carder. Jack from Streets of Rage 2 is still one frame knife you to death. And Streets of Rage 2 Shiva is still utterly ridiculous. If you want guides on those guys, please refer to my old enemy boss guide. But for now, let's get right into this nonsense, guys. We got a long way to go. Well, look who's back in the game. It's Surger. Now, for you Streets of Rage nerds out there, you know who Surger is. Surger was that palette swap of Galsia that first showed up in the second level of Streets of Rage 2 right before you fought Jet. Well, guess what? Our buddy Surger felt kind of left out in this game because he's not in the regular game. So he stepped his game up. So guess what? He's taking Jonathan's title as the top Galsia swap. How? Well, he has as much health, if not more, than Jonathan, but instead of doing a simpy, goofy little jab, oh no, Surger wants to deploy the two-piece chicken combo jab. That's right, he's double tapping you with that fist, and that's it. That's pretty much it with Surger. I mean, he's got a lot of health, and he hits you with a two-piece chicken jab combo. So the only danger this guy's going to give you is the fact that he has a lot of health. Oh yeah, and he also picks up weapons just like any other Galsia, and he will double tap you with those jabs. So if you get surrounded and getting two-piece comboed all over the place, it's not going to be a good way to start your run. But other than that, just beat the snot out of him with anything you got. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Are we serious right now? Barnaby? Yes, it sounds a lot like Barney. So you guys remember my old enemy guide where I complained so much about how terrible Barney was? Well, this guy here puts Barney to shame. Let me tell you why. Because he takes that taser obsession to a whole nother level. Now see, Barney starts off with the taser, then he drops it and he chases after it. Okay, that's fine. And if you destroy the taser, well, he's left with his punch. But this guy, oh no, this guy has an endless supply of tasers. So if you knock the taser out of his hand and you use it on him, nope, he's gonna spawn another one out of his pocket. Why? Why does this one cop have so many tasers on him? I have no freaking clue. Oh yeah, and he still triple gut punches you in case he's caught lacking. And it also doesn't help that he has slight anti-stagger armor upon recovery, so he can still tag you with something. Isn't that great? But yeah, Barnaby, this guy, same thing with Barney. Get that taser out of his hand, beat the snot of him before you can spawn another one, watch out for the anti-stagger armor, continue on with your run. Just get rid of this guy. Weetnee. Houston, we have a problem. I don't know, so I know what they were going for with this name, but I'm just not feeling the pun here. I don't know, I think it could have been delivered differently. I don't have a better idea, but whatever. Weetnee is a whole menace. Now, for starters, believe it or not, she has no snake strike attack, which is pretty good. but she takes after her best sister, Diva, in that she utilizes the power of electricity as well as the anti-stagger arm. But there is one other notable thing about Weetnee that you should be aware of. Yes, she does the freaking can-can kick in high heels. How is she sliding around the freaking arena doing this kick? I have no clue. The good news is that you can neutral jump this freaking can-can kick and beat the snot out of her, but you still have to watch out for the electric shock with the anti-stagger armor that Boss Diva is known for. Other than that, you fight Weetnee just like her other sisters. She may not be boss status, but she's still strong enough to give you a good fight. I don't know what Ralphy is going for here. I mean, you have a discount swap member here with a shield and a halberd. You know, no taser, no baton, not even freaking ninja stars that Shadow carries, but a halberd. Okay then. Well, believe it or not, this guy is not much different from his brothers. You beat him the same exact way. You knock out the shield, and you knock the weapon out of his hand. Now you gotta be careful, because if he's carrying the shield and the halberd, he's gonna poke you to death. It's a very strong weapon. But just like his brothers, if you knock out his shield and his weapon, he's gonna hit you with this doofy little punch. If you disarm him and he regenerates his shield, he'll hit you with a shield strike. If you knock out his shield and he's still carrying a weapon, for some reason, he won't use the halberd on you. I don't know who gives this guy training, but they're failing miserably. So basically, there's not much more to say about this guy. He has a lot of health, and he has a powerful weapon, but if you don't let him use it, he's pretty much an idiot. So just beat the crap out of him, and continue on. If you hate cyborgs, you are going to hate these two. Welcome, Fuubo and Zeebo. Now imagine cyborgs with a single short jump and a permanent anti-stagger arm. That's these two clowns right here. They are exactly the same, except that Fuubo, which is the green one, carries a poison sword, and Zeebo, which is the red dude, carries the fire sword. The only way you can stagger these guys, because like I said, they have permanent anti-stagger armor. I don't know what the obsession with that is in this game, but anyways, you hit them with fire, you hit them with a star special, or you hit them with their own sword or a weapon of equal strength. And good luck trying to get that sword out of their hand, because no matter what you do, anything that's not considered powerful, they're just going to shrug off. So the best way to damage these guys is usually with poison attacks. They'll take a massive amount of damage while you hit and run them. You want to avoid their swings. Luckily their swings are slow and easy to telegraph. Do you remember Bobo's triple jump attack? Well, Fuubo and Zeebo do a single version of it, but the problem is that single jump is very quick and it will floor you and do good damage, so be extremely careful. In other words, do hit and run attacks, utilize poison, star specials, and if you can get the hands on the sword, use that sword to your best advantage. Get these guys out pronto, because that permanent anti-stagger armor can be a pain, especially while you're trying to dodge a whole bunch of other enemies at the same time. Alright, we got some blasts from the past here. Wayne and Vulture, which are basically power swaps of Barbon. And it's no different in this game. Now, they're pretty much Barbon. We're not going to stay too long with these guys. They both still move very fast. They both still have that annoying one-frame anti-stagger armor high kick. And they also have that annoying punch-kick combo. Now, where these guys differ is how they utilize the roundhouse kick. Vulture, believe it or not, is the weaker one this time. Vulture utilizes the double roundhouse kick, which is basically Barbon's first stage attack. And Wayne utilizes the quadruple roundhouse kick attack, which is basically Barbon's second stage attack. Both of them come with their own anti-stagger arm. The best way to beat these guys is just like Barbon. Dodge the kick either by neutral jumping, or you can use the crisscross method found in my enemy strategy guide. Other than that, there's not much more to say about these annoying guys, except that they're freaking annoying. Ah, jeez, they had to throw in more lame DJs. We're gonna listen to more mumble rap. Here we go. Well, here's the good news. They don't have a shield. Here's the bad news. They cannot be staggered unless you hit them enough times. The other good news is that in comparison to DJK Washi, these two guys are heavily nerfed because they only have one move apiece. But then again, that might be kind of dangerous, as you're about to find out. In the case of DJK Nashi, this is a good thing, because all he does is the annoying yellow spinning disc of doom, which really isn't that dangerous, just follows you around, doesn't do a lot of damage, and that's all he does. However, in the case of DJK Zushi, this is a really bad thing, because if you have more than one of them, or you have a ton of enemies on the screen, you're going to see a literal wall of projectiles Yes, he shoots 6 of those little blue Kamehameha balls at you at a time, and it gets extremely frustrating. They don't do a lot of damage, but the fact that they're everywhere makes them damn near impossible to dodge. The good news is that they float around a level for a little while before they decide to attack. So if you can break their anti-stagger armor before they do so, you should be able to take them on with no damage. However, the fact that they deploy evasive maneuvers a lot makes this a little easier said than done. Alright, that's it for these jerks. On to the next. Alright, looks like we got the lower ranking underlings of the police force, Deputy and Lieutenant. There really isn't much to these guys. They pretty much have the same moves except one difference. So they both do the gut punch, the single overhead, the glowing red charge, and the anti-stagger armor charge. The only thing is that they don't do the gigantic pressure move that the commissioner does. Of these two clowns, Deputy is the stronger one, because Deputy does that anti-stagger armor triple overhead punch. The same rule applies with Commissioner. Watch out for the anti-stagger armor because they'll tank through your attacks. Be sure to neutral jump when they turn red and charge at you so that they do not connect with the slam. And then just use any other moves that you got. Nothing much to these guys. Moving on. Alright, looks like the Eastern Island Moai statues are back at it again. Now we have Tora and Tatsu to deal with. The good news is that these guys don't have nearly as much anti-stagger armor as Goro. The bad news is that they like to spam their attacks. A lot. They're a lot more aggressive. Alright, so let's go over them real quick. Okay, so for the most part, these guys still block weapons. They also have anti-stagger armor when they charge their attacks and when they wake up from being attacked. Tora can be pretty tricky. What he does is that he does the attack stance, but then he moves to another area and then does his attack automatically in one frame, which is basically that Megaton punch. Tatsu, on the other hand, takes it a step further. Tatsu will approach you very quickly and do the 100 hand slap or 100 punch whatever move that E Honda does, then goes to the other side and does it again before finishing you off with the Megaton punch. Both of these guys move extremely fast. You need to get them when they charge you. Also, if you can bait them into attacking and they miss you, they'll be stunned for a while. That is your chance to attack. Also keep in mind that they don't have as much anti-stagger armor as Goro once again, so they should be wide open when they charge at you. Give them your best combos, throw them into one another because throws are still their main weakness, and you should be good to go with these clowns. Are you kidding me? We're going to palette swap the final bosses? Here we go with Mr. What and Mr. Whatever. Alright, here we go with this nonsense. These two are proof that this game truly hates us. They really palette swap these guys. Alright, let's just go over them real quick. So Mr. What is the weaker of the two. Let's be thankful of that. Because he only has anti-stagger armor when he launches the grenades. He still has the machine gun fire, but he only fires it in a straight arc. Sometimes he'll do it in one frame. No surprise there, right? And he deploys the rocket launcher, but he's not as obsessed with it as his palette swap. The best way to beat this guy is to stay on him, give him as many punches, kicks, and throws as you can, give him in good combos so you can keep him from running around the whole place. Be very careful if they're in groups, because that gunfire will start going all over the place, and you're not going to be able to dodge bullets like the Matrix. Now, Mr. Whatever, dear God, what were they thinking when they made this guy? This dude has so much anti-stagger armor, much like Mr. Y, it is freaking ridiculous. So let me tell you what this guy does. Instead of just doing the little rollover backflip that Mr. What does, he does the whole evasive maneuver that Mr. Y does, which is freaking annoying, which means he has a lot of anti-stagger armor. Oh, and he does the grenade move twice. So you might have a screen full of grenades while this jackass is jumping around with anti-stagger armor trying to blow you to pieces. Oh, and he will spam that rocket launcher, much like his boss counterpart. Did I also mention that he still fires the machine gun in a straight line, and he does the firing arc as well, and is protected by anti-stagger armor when he does it? Oh, okay, just check it. But yeah, so now you see why I have such contempt for this man. Best way you can beat him, use the elements in survival mode, use as many weapons as you can, stay on him, but let me tell you, even if you have all those things, if you have more than one of these guys on screen, plus a whole bunch of other enemies trying to chase you, you're going to have a very bad day. So the best thing I can say is do your best, catch him in the biggest combo you can get him, and I wish you luck. Oh, well, you look at this. Here's more proof that the game developers hate us, because here's Miss What and Miss Whatever. I mean, of course, we gotta have some gender equality here. If we're going to palette swap Mr. Y, we gotta palette swap Miss Y as well. Well, let me tell you something. These guys suck. I wish they weren't equal with this, because this woman is a pain in the butt. Well, at least Miss Whatever is. But let's go over Miss What first. Miss What is actually pretty passive. She doesn't do the evade hop very much, and she kind of just walks around before she attacks. She does the single sword poke, and she also does the 2 lightning moves, and she only does that move twice. And on occasion, she'll do the red charge flip move. However, when she does her little multi-hit combo, she has anti-stagger armor, which is probably the most dangerous move she has. But nothing she does compares to the horror that is Miss Whatever. Let me tell you about this one. Miss Whatever does everything I said that Miss What does, but worse. You know that little evasive hop she does? She does it a lot, much like Mrs. Y. Oh, and that electric charge move, she does it 3 times. So basically, you have an over-evasive, hyper-aggressive, anti-stagger armor, 3 times electric charge lady running around, smiling as she makes your life a living hell. Basically, you want to take her on like you would take on Miss Y. But here's the caveat. A lot of times, you're going to fight more than one at a time, and she's going to have a lot of help. So once again, like I said with Mr. Whatever, good luck, as you're going to need it. Okay, it looks like we're going into retro territory right now, and we're starting off with Galsia from Streets of Rage 2. And you know what? Just like in the old games, there's not much to say about this dude, except that he moves pretty fast, he jabs a lot, and that's it. Just walks up to you and jabs you. I don't even think he carries weapons in this game. I haven't seen it, or if he does, I haven't noticed it. But yeah, just punch him in the face and move along. Next up is Galsia's Streets of Rage 3 incarnation, and yeah, he does a similar thing. He runs around and jabs the crap out of you, but he can also pick up a knife and stab you. And he has one more move that makes him special. Yes. This guy wants to do the Macho Man elbow drop from the ground, mind you, and home in on you. Oh, and it is very hard to counter, so honestly, you should just stay the heck away from it. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but the fact that he does this move often is ridiculous. What makes it really weird is, why does this little dude shake the ground when he hits it with his elbow? I mean, it's not like it's R.Bear or Abadede doing this. No, this is freaking Galsia we're talking about, and he's shaking the freaking ground by doing this hard-ass elbow. I don't know, but just like Galsia Streets of Rage 2, just punch him in the freaking face. Out of all the common retro mooks, Donovan from Streets of Rage 2 has got to be the most dangerous. So you guys have probably seen my Rage videos when I'm fighting Mr. X, Retro Mr. X, and freaking Donovan is beating the snot out of me with that uppercut. Yeah, he's just as dangerous here. See, first off, he does have a slow jab, but that jab does a pretty decent amount of damage. And then he has that freaking uppercut. I don't know why this uppercut takes so much for this regular mook, but it does. It makes no sense. Oh, and yes, it's still very much anti-air, so don't even try jump kicking this dude. Oh, did I also mention that he can carry the pipe in this game? Yes, he can. Good old Donovan still has that nice little pipe. And yes, even though it's not one frame like the Streets of Rage 4 Donovan, he can still whack you with it. So he gives you plenty of warning before you get hit. Now the good news is that he no longer does the 3-hit combo. He just does the one jab and then does the uppercut. So there's a break in between his attacks. But like I said for the other mooks, be sure to punch him in the face as much as you can. Screw this guy. I remember I said in my enemy strategy guide that I no longer wanted the Big Bertha biker chicks to show up, and I wanted these guys. Well, I might change my mind a little bit. These guys are still annoying. So yeah, these guys will go around and try to jab you just like the Galsias. But here's some good news. One, they don't do the one-hit knockdown punch like they used to do in Streets of Rage 2, nor do they do the grab from behind, which was really annoying. However, as slow as they are, they will still pursue you to the ends of the earth and constantly try to hit you with the 3-piece chicken combo. Yeah, I said 3-piece chicken combo because I'm just weird that way. But anyways, yeah, so he moves smaller than Galsia and tries to punch you to death. And that's really it. I mean, besides that, just freaking punch him in the face, just like the Galsias, and move on with your life. Wanna know something amazing? This was the first enemy you saw in Streets of Rage 3. Not Galsia, Goldie. And that's because Goldie is kind of a chump. I mean, he has 3 moves, but Galsia outclasses him in every way in this game. So let me explain. This guy will follow you, but he's not very fast. And he tries to jab you, and his jabs is just... I think his jabs are weaker than Galsia's. Secondly, he also has like this straight kick, which really doesn't do much either. In fact, the kick doesn't even knock you down. So yeah, 2 pathetic points there. And 3, he blocks, which is rare. I mean, he doesn't block often, but when he does block, you know, the block is effective, but then you just grab him and throw him everywhere. So it's just like... Goldie is a complete chump. He's nothing to really fear unless he's in large numbers. Just, you know the theme here of all these weak enemies, guys. Just punch him in the face. Unless he blocks, then just throw him and have a nice day. So here's Goldie's bestie, Zack. You know I had Galsia and Donovan. Well, now you got Goldie and Zack. And let me tell you, Zack is just as equally as a pushover, if not more so than Goldie. Let me tell you why. Okay, so Zack has the speed advantage over Goldie, but he still has that lame little jab, which again I think is weaker than Galsia's. And he has one more special move. He has a grab move from behind, which he rarely does. And this grab move he'll keep indefinitely until you break out of it. And he uses it so that his buddies can tag team you. There's just one slight problem. Sometimes you kind of get iframes when getting grabbed, as you can see here. Look at this. This is pathetic. Like, what is going on here? Now, to be honest with you, Goldie and Zack were a little bit more threatening in Streets of Rage 3, but in this game, they are complete jokes. And as I said before, and I'm going to say it again, just punch him in the freaking face and go about your business, guys. Because let me tell you what's coming up next. The rest of these enemies... Woo boy. Now y'all knew they were going to throw a Y signal in here at some point. So this is the Streets of Rage 2 version of Y signal. And this guy is weird. Okay, so first off, he's way more aggressive than he usually is in comparison to his Streets of Rage 4 counterpart. In that he will try to bat fist you as many times as possible. And yes, he still utilizes that annoying slide. Both moves don't do a lot of damage, but one move that really perplexes me is the throw. So when he throws you, and the throw is pretty slow, if you don't land on your feet, you will get hurt, but the damage is negligible. I'm serious, look at this. Like, he's throwing me all over the place, and he's doing almost no damage. I think the only reason why he does it is just to toss you around and to mess up your combo game and everything, but I don't get it. I don't get why his throw is so pathetic. But then again, I don't know why this skinny dude is throwing people around in the first place. Like, he shouldn't have the strength to toss around Axel or even freaking Max. But whatever, it's a game. Maybe I'll make some kind of sin video based on this game on why this skinny dude is able to chuck people all across the map. But yeah. And as I said before, you know what's coming. Actually, I'm not even going to say it. You know what's coming. Punch him in the face. Yeah, I'll say it. Oh no, not this slob again. It's Big Ben. Okay, let me tell you something really weird about Big Ben. They kinda nerfed him, kinda made him stronger. I'll tell you what I mean. He doesn't breathe fire anymore. That's right, Big Ben, the fat guy that is known for breathing fire, doesn't breathe fire. But now he jumps around like a flying whale trying to crush you every few seconds. So there's that. What makes it worse is that he homes in on you constantly, much like Gourmand from Streets of Rage 4. And he moves incredibly fast. I mean, look at the size of this guy, look how fast he moves, it's ridiculous. He will do his damnness to slap the crap out of you. He'll either hit you with a 3-piece slap combo or one single big slap, and then he'll start cracking up laughing. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the moment he starts laughing, you need to beat the living crap out of him. I mean, beat the crap out of him anyways, but when he starts laughing, yo, give him something to laugh about. You know what? I hate clowns, and this game helped me solidify that hatred towards clowns. You guys remember Bruce, right? Streets of Rage 3? Hung with Rue? Well, here's the good news. Rue is not going to go against you. In fact, Rue's a playable character. Here's the bad news. This guy is ultra freaking annoying. Let me tell you why. First off, he has this little annoying evasive hop. I mean, he doesn't do it a lot, but he does it enough to frustrate you. Secondly, he has several whip moves, and I'm telling you, he can hit you almost across the map with it. He has one long distance single whip hit which does decent damage. It is completely annoying because it will stop your combos and stop you right in your tracks. Then he also has a short distance whip which is equally annoying, and he does it often. But then he has this one multi-hit whip combo that can do up to 5 hits at a time, which will stun lock you. And if there's more than one Bruce lurking around, you can get stun locked perpetually. What makes it worse is that if he deploys this move from a distance, you're not going to be able to escape it. You will get stun locked, and there'll be nothing you can do about it. You have to wait until the attack ends, and it does massive damage. I'm going to tell you right now, the minute you see Bruce, you need to target him immediately. He will consistently interrupt your attacks when you're fighting other people, and he will consistently hit you with that goddamn whip and then try to jump out of the way. This guy is a freaking menace. Take him out at all costs. Are you tired of whips yet? Well, too bad, because here's another whippersnapper, Miss Electra. This girl is another menace. They added another caveat to her from her Streets of Rage 2 incarnation. Namely, that stupid jump kick she does. Now, yeah, she did it a lot in the original game, but in this one, she does it as a wake-up move. And she can do it backwards. And she can do it consistently. So watch out for that kick. But really, it's the whip you have to worry about. She does have a single whip strike, which really isn't too bad, unless you happen to be really close to her. And if you're really close to her, and she whips you, she will do more damage. That means that one move will deal several hits to you. Oh, and we cannot forget the electrified version of the whip strike. Oh no, how can we forget that? Her name is Electra after all. But yeah, much like anyone else, and as I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, just beat the crap out of her, just punch her in the face. You just gotta stop her. Much like any other enemy in this game, you gotta knock her out as quick as you can. Because if you let her float around the map, especially while you're fighting other enemies, she will distract you with that whip, and she will kick the snot out of you. So watch out for the wake up, watch out for the whips, hit her with your best combos, and move on. I know you Streets of Rage 2 fans remember this guy, Hakuyo. Oh yeah, that martial artist dude with that freaking Buddhist palm attack. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just take a look right here. Yeah, he kind of does this pose and then this little, I guess, key strike comes out of his hand. And it hits you multiple times, by the way. Oh, and did I mention this time it's armored. So if he does this move, you're not going to be able to stop him. You're going to just do damage, and then he's going to Buddhist palm strike you, and you're going to freaking fall. Lovely, right? Oh, and how can we forget that lovely super fast jump kick he does? Nah, we couldn't forget about that. And don't forget, he still has the 3-hit slap combo, so be aware of that as well. Not much else to say other than that this guy is really fast, really annoying, especially with that Buddhist palm, which is now armored, so give him your best shots. Oh yeah, he still has that anti-air kick as well. So by all means, when you get a chance to knock him out, please do so. You're going to seriously regret it if you let him run around. Who likes ninjas? I'll tell you a ninja I don't like. Freaking Kusanagi. This guy has a mix of Streets of Rage 2 and Streets of Rage 3 elements to him, namely in those shurikens he be throwing around. He still throws one at a time straight at you, but he also does a backwards jump where he throws 3 at a time. And much like his Streets of Rage 2 and 3 counterparts, he has a lot of evasive flips, so good luck trying to keep up with him. What's interesting is that he'll walk up to you and punch you and then run away. He used to just punch you and then hit you with a slash move, but he doesn't do that anymore. He also doesn't throw people anymore. I don't know why, but that's actually a good thing. But I'll tell you one thing he didn't give up. He sure as hell didn't give up that katana, so watch out if you see him carrying it around. To be honest, you gotta catch him when he's off guard. After he finishes doing an attack, or if he tries to run up to you and punch you, that's when you nab him. Other than that, there really isn't much to say about this guy, except that when they're in large numbers, as you already know, they can bring you a world of trouble. Ho ho! Tiger knee! Tiger uppercut! Yeah, I know that was corny, but yeah, here's Tiger. Okay, so Tiger is basically the Streets of Rage 3 Hakuyo, except that he has a little bit more variety in his arsenal. First off, he still has that flying jump kick, which is very annoying. Secondly, he has a single sidekick, which believe it or not is an anti-air move, but it moves so slow that you'll rarely get caught by it. If anything, he's more likely to hit you with it when you're on the ground than when you're jumping in the air. He also has a very delayed slide attack, which is very easy to telegraph. And probably his most powerful move is the triple sidekick. And if he does connect with this move, it'll do some decent damage, so be careful. And once in a blue moon, he decides to block so that you can do minimum damage to him. Overall, even though Tiger boasts a bit of health and a variety of moves, he's really not that dangerous in my opinion. Just throw him around, hit him with a few combos, and you're good to go. Ugh, boy, they brought this guy back, friggin' Raven. Okay, so believe it or not, he's less annoying than his Streets of Rage 2 counterpart and his Streets of Rage 4 counterpart. And yes, I know this is the Streets of Rage 2 Raven, but this is the Streets of Rage 4 Streets of Rage 2 Raven. Alright, let me explain. First off, they took away his dedicated anti-air kick and his grabbing knee move. So that's a relief. And he also lacks that one-hit knockdown kick. But this dude moves very fast, very aggressively, and he constantly, and I mean constantly, does that freaking knee strike. And he does his 3-hit kick combo just as often. Now these moves aren't super devastating, but they're still annoying. The good news is that he's very prone to blocking, which means he's very open to throws and slams, just like his Streets of Rage 4 counterpart. But there's one caveat to this guy. He is rarely alone. Usually he attacks in large groups of his clones. All in all, you definitely want to get him while he's blocking, or when he's making a mad charge at you. If you got the distance over him, just punch, kick, and throw the crap out of him, and you should be alright. Alright guys, strap in, because we're about to hit the retro bosses. Things are about to get real serious now. Here we go, with Antonio. Y'all remember this guy, right? The very first Streets of Rage boss ever. And he's just as annoying as he ever been. Let me tell you why. First off, he spawns infinite boomerangs. Now you're probably like, oh, this is a good thing. Tons of weapons to hit him with. Well, let's just say he rarely gets caught off guard with his own weapon. Oh, and he can catch it. So, yeah. I mean, I would expect that from a man who's an expert with boomerangs. So yeah, he's gonna constantly chuck boomerangs at you. And then he has this very annoying straight kick, which will floor you in an instant. What makes it worse is that he is super fast. I mean, this dude is seriously athletic. He'll run right up to you, kick the crap out of you, and then chuck endless amounts of boomerangs at you. Not cool. Oh, and did I mention the anti-stagger armor upon wake up? Isn't that great? But yeah, this guy is a whole menace. Just please, by all means, catch him when he throws the boomerang, throw him around, make sure you use the iframes to dodge the boomerang, and get him in your best combos. That's the best I can tell you because this guy is a severe pain. Okay, here's another dude with first boss status, Barbon from Streets of Rage 2. Now, believe it or not, and you're not going to hear me say this often, but this is a pretty balanced boss. I'm going to give you a reason why. Well, first off, he doesn't use the he's throw as much as he used to in Streets of Rage 2, which isn't bad. Also, he's not adorned with tons of anti-stagger armor like his Streets of Rage 4 counterpart. However, he does have the anti-stagger armor upon wake up, so be careful when you knock him down and then try to cheese him. He still has that very annoying quick high kick, which can be used as an anti-air move. But you still have to beware of that roundhouse kick and his double punch roundhouse kick. He uses them quite often. And once in a blue moon, he's smart enough to block so that he doesn't take much damage. And believe it or not, his block actually works in this game, unlike in Streets of Rage 2. All in all, Barbon is not extremely tough, but he can kick your butt if you let him. So your best bet is to catch him by surprise, hit him with your best combos, chuck him around a little bit, and go about your business. Alright, prepare for one of the weirder bosses in this game, Abadede from Streets of Rage 1. So you're probably wondering why I'm calling him weird. Well, he has these two moves that is kind of hard to explain because he has like these really goofy poses. Like, look at this guy, what is he doing? Okay, so he has this one move that he rarely does where if you keep attacking him, he tries to block your move by raising his arms in the air, then I guess he roars at you or something, and it hurts you? I don't know what the heck is he doing, I can't tell, but yeah, just watch out for that move. And his other move, which is really popular, is that he'll do like this squat pose with his mouth all wide open, and then he'll reach out towards you. If you happen to be in his reach, he will pick you up over his head and then slam your back over his knee like Bane did to Batman. So be careful. Oh, and no Abadede character is complete without the charging almighty uppercut. Yeah, that's probably his most popular move. Did I also mention he gains anti-stagger armor when he does that weird slam pose and when he does the charging uppercut? Okay, just making sure. Oh, and beware, he breaks out of holds easily, which makes sense since he's a wrestler. All in all, he can be a tough boss, but I still deem him to be pretty fair. You want to make sure that you don't try to combo him when you're grabbing him. Throw him as quick as you can, get your best combos in, avoid his attacks, and get him while he's wide open. Send this clown back to mid-card status. Pronto. Prepare for trouble and make it double. It's Mona and Lisa. Now there's one weird thing about these two. If you spawn Mona in the training area, she'll sometimes spawn a Lisa, but if you spawn Lisa, it'll be Lisa by herself. Anyways, you remember these twin terrors, right? Let's thank goodness that the Streets of Rage 1 incarnations aren't in this game. Yet. Hopefully that yet will remain unanswered. Anyways, these two are very well known for their evasive flips and jumps. When they are together, they are much more aggressive, which makes sense since these are twin sisters doing teamwork. You want to beware of the anti-stagger armor upon wake up, but they also possess anti-stagger armor when they take one knee and use this move. I don't know what it is, a shockwave or something. I don't know what the heck it is. It's not very damaging, but they gain armor when they do it. They also have a very quick one-frame flying kick, so be aware of that as well. They also have a delayed version of the jump kick, which is easily telegraphed. And once in a blue moon, sometimes they'll grab you. If you do not break out in time, they will definitely take you to Suplex City, so be careful. These two ladies don't have a high damage output, but the problem is they hit you fast and they hit you often, so be extremely careful of their evasive maneuvers and their random attacks. The best way to get these ladies is to attack them after they do their attacks or get them when they land on their feet. They'll be vulnerable then. Send these two ladies packing. Oh great, they brought this bionic goofball to the game, Robo X. Let me tell you, this guy looks goofy as hell, but trust me, he's no joke. You want to watch your back with him. This guy is freaking annoying because he literally skates around the whole level to no end. He has two moves, but these two moves are extremely annoying. One is that he has a rapid fire machine gun attack which comes out of nowhere and he can hit you off screen. The second maneuver is a little mini rocket. The thing about this little mini rocket is that he'll either deploy it far away or close up. And if you happen to be far away, this little mini rocket can go up or down. The good news is that the rocket doesn't home in on you like it does in Streets of Rage 3. And finally, his ultimate move. He laughs at you. A lot. This is the perfect opportunity to kick his tail. The best way to handle this bionic bozo is that you want to catch him when he's laughing. Hit him with your best combos, strikes, and throws. By himself, he isn't too bad, but when there's a whole screen full of enemies, this guy can be your worst nightmare. You want to eliminate him as fast as you can. And I hate to tell you guys, it only gets worse from here. Oh man, they brought R.Bear back? Oh my goodness. Okay, here's some good news, guys. He's still tough, but he's nowhere near as bad as he used to be in Streets of Rage 2. But that doesn't mean you want to let your guard down with this guy. This dude is still extremely fast and extremely aggressive and has a variety of ways to hurt you. First off, his grab move has been nerfed. He used to do the headbutt stuff, but now he just grabs you. And if you don't get out of the grab quick enough, he hits you with a single headbutt. Oh, and he still has the flying butt smash, but here's the good news. Even though the flying butt smash is faster in this game than it was in Streets of Rage 2, it has a very small hitbox, so it's easier to dodge. Now this dude has a variety of punches. He has the quick jab, he also has the quick jab and uppercut combo, he also has the single uppercut move, he also has the left punch right punch combo, and he still has that lovely jumping anti-air uppercut. I found out one of the best ways to beat this guy in this game is to let him run towards you, and if you got the reach, you want to tag him before he tags you. Use his aggressiveness to your advantage. This guy is still an Avengers level threat, and you don't want to take him lightly. So make sure that when you get him good. I hope you like samurais because Yamato has joined the game. This guy is a pain in the rear, let me tell you that. I mean, first off, he's a samurai, so of course he's going to have some skills that's going to tick you off. One of these skills is constantly jumping towards you and throwing 3 ninja stars at you at the same time. His other move is just like 1 frame quick slash attack, which he can deploy at will. Oh, but it gets even better. Once he loses a certain amount of health, he splits into 2 Yamatos, and this Yamato has full health and a different moveset. Instead of doing the jumping ninja star throw, he throws 1 single ninja star at you. And when he gets a certain distance from you, he does the freaking Naruto run towards you. The good news is that none of his moves are particularly damaging, but the fact that he's so fast and hits you often is quite annoying. You definitely want to target the weaker Yamato as quick as possible, so you don't have to deal with 2 of them at the same time. And be extremely careful when there's other enemies around, because this guy will pelt you with the friggin' ninja stars and the Naruto run every chance he gets. Not to mention that annoying quick slash move he has. Oh, you want to talk about cheap enemies? Look no further than Mr. X from Streets of Rage 1. Now I understand, he is the final boss of Streets of Rage 1. But geez Louise, this is freaking survival mode, and there tends to be more than one of these guys. So why the heck they make him so cheap? What makes him cheap? Oh, let me tell you. He moves extremely fast. I mean extremely fast. It makes no sense how fast this guy moves. And then you have that annoying butt stroke which comes out of nowhere. I'm talking like he will haul ass towards you and then butt stroke the crap out of you. Oh, but wait, it gets worse. This guy fires in the quarter circle or fires straight ahead. Constantly. And I mean constantly. He will just launch a whole barrage of bullets at you. I mean, yeah, what do you expect? He has a gun, but still. Oh, and did I mention he has anti-stagger armor the whole time he fires. So good luck trying to interrupt his freaking firing barrage. And as expected from a final boss, he breaks out of holds extremely fast. You see, just fighting one of them isn't too bad. I mean, it's still dangerous, but it isn't too bad. But when you have a ton of them on the screen, and when you have them and other equally annoying enemies, this guy hits epic levels of cheapness. By all means, hit him with your best freaking combos. Hit him with the star. Hit him with elemental weapons. Anything. Get him off your screen as soon as possible. Trust me. Oh, you want to talk about cheap now? Oh, I got one for you. Look at Souther, or Soother. I guess it's Souther. I don't care. I hate this guy. I hate him with every fiber of my freaking being. And I'm gonna tell you why. He only has one move. And it's a very effective move. It's his double slash attack. But what makes a double slash attack so bad? The fact that it is full of anti-stagger armor. That's right, every time he does this stupid move, he has anti-stagger armor, which means you can't interrupt it. And even if you dodge it, if you happen to walk into him while he's still doing the animation, you will still take damage. And let me tell you, if all the moves connect from the slash move, you will take massive damage. Oh, did I mention that this guy runs around like he just drank a whole case of Red Bull? Oh yeah. And it doesn't help that the slash attack is damn near 1 frame. So I only found one effective way to beat this guy, seriously. You have to keep moving up and down. You have to bait him into attacking you, and as soon as he's done, you need to hit him as fast as possible. If you delay for 1 small microsecond, he will do the move again and combo you to death. Or he will just run away and then come back and do the move again. You need to tag him the minute he stops slashing. I'm telling you, this guy is the epitome of cheap. But guess what? There's one guy that's even worse. This guy right here. I hate this guy. Listen, I've gone through Reddit, Facebook, and YouTube, and I've looked at comments. And one thing is consistent. Everyone hates this. Let me be good. Everyone hates this guy. I'm going to tell you why. He has only one move, much like Southern. And that's that flame breath. Now you're probably like, what's so wrong about a flame breath? I mean, Big Ben has. Well, there's something special about this flame breath. It is full of anti-stagger armor the whole time. It is 1 frame. So he can just deploy it right in your face and just haul ass. Oh, it gets better. He can do it 3 times in a row. Now the good news is that you can jump kick him. But if you don't jump kick him correctly, the second breath will hit you, or the third breath will hit you. Either way, the chances of you getting hit by that flame breath is pretty high. It doesn't do super high damage, but it does good enough damage that if he tags you with it enough, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Now he only moves straight and diagonal, but he changes direction very quickly. Oh, and did I mention, it is rare that he'll be by himself. Oh, no. There have been times, and take a look at this clip right here, there have been times where the game will spawn a multitude of them. Just watch this footage. Look at this. Look at this. You cannot tell me this is fair. This is absolutely ridiculous. Now, there's only one good thing about Bongo right now. It's the fact that you can actually throw him. Yeah, you can throw him. Because remember, in original Streets of Rage 1, you cannot throw him, but now you can. But it doesn't matter, because he'll just get back up and 1 frame flame you. And if he misses you the first time, he's going to try it 2 more times. This guy is probably the most hated enemy in the survival mode. And with good reason. The only thing I can tell you is that dodge all of his fire. Don't even try to jump kick him, because he's got anti-stagger armor. Just dodge his fire after the 3rd one and beat the holy hell out of him. I mean, do not relent if you can help it. This guy is Avengers level threat. This is DEFCON 1. Yeah. That's about it for all the retro enemies. Because now we're moving on to the evil clones. Oh look, it's Axel. Break. Okay, so you're probably wondering where the name Break comes from. Well, if you are a Streets of Rage 3 fan, you'll remember that there was a fake Axel called Break. So that's where they got this name from. And let me tell you, this guy is no slouch. He's just as potent as your Axel. The only difference is that he tends to get a lot of anti-stagger armor for his moves. So he does have a grab move where he holds on to you, then he knees you a couple of times, and then hits you with a headbutt. That move is extremely rare, and I don't have much footage of it. But I'll tell you what, he will spam his dragon special to no end. And he mostly uses it as an anti-air move or a recovery move. And of course he's going to have his signature grand upper move, which he tends to use when you try to jump kick him. In addition to that, he has his full punch and kick combo, as well as his offensive special combo, which he tends to use a lot. Oh, and by the way, he does not lose health when he uses his normal special or his offensive special. But there is one move you definitely have to look out for. You have to look out for his freaking star special. He loves using that star special, especially when you're close to him. Break also tends to use his jumping air special a lot. He'll jump in the air and then come rolling down on the ground and hit you with a dragon punch, so be careful. This guy can put a hurting on you real easily, so you need to stay on top of him. If you can manage to get him before he strikes, do so. Hit him with your best moves, hit him with your best weapons, and just stay away from that dragon special if you can. This guy is no joke. You want to make sure you can catch him off guard. And try not to throw weapons at him, because sometimes he'll catch them. Hit him with your best combos and your star specials. And if you notice the screen is freezing, that means he's about to do his star special. That means move out of the way as quick as you can, or else you get caught in the blast. Just keep the pressure on this dude, and you're able to beat this fake in no time. Ah, the Clone Blaze. Okay, we gotta watch out for this girl. She's pretty fiery. First off, don't even bother throwing her. She tends to land on her feet a lot. There is one move she loves to favor over everything else. She will abuse the heck out of that offensive special. Yeah, she likes firing those ki blasts a lot from her hands, so be very careful. She does her defensive special or her blitz move as an anti-air move usually. And of course she has her standard punch and kick combo, which she utilizes all the way through. But sometimes you gotta be careful when she does that blitz move. If she connects with it and you get airborne, she will do 2 special air kicks. Yeah, she really is a combo queen. But there's one other move that she loves to abuse other than the ki blast, and that is that freaking star special. She will use that endlessly, so stay the heck away from her when you notice the screen is freezing. Just like everyone else, hit her with your best combos. Don't even really bother throwing her around. Like I said, hit her with your best combos, give her some of those specials, and including those star specials, and hit her with your elemental attacks. She should go down in no time. If there's anyone that can outdo the combo queen, it's this new combo queen, and that's Cherry. Now before she'll combo you to death, Cherry tends to use that guitar a lot. And she uses it slowly, but guess what? She can afford to do that because she has anti-stagger armor. She tends to use her defensive special as an anti-air move, so don't try to jump kick her. And let me tell you, when I talk about combo queen, I mean when she hits you with any other move, she tends to follow up right afterwards with a freaking star special, and she can hit you far away with it. On occasion, she will dash towards you and try to do her blitz move. If you do dodge her, she might run back and try again, so be extremely careful. And you definitely don't want that move to connect with you, because if she hits you with it, sometimes she'll transfer right into that star special, and you'll take a world of damage. Once in the blue moon, she'll do her punch combo, but that's nothing to worry about too much. So be warned, when she does her specials and her blitz, she is adorned with anti-stagger armor. The best thing to do is to dodge her attacks, and then get her when she's wide open. I'm telling you, this little girl has some fire, so you need to be really careful when battling her. Oh, and it gets even worse. If you fight multitudes of her, oh, you're going to get that star special a lot. So you want to make sure you take care of one of them as quick as possible. Big Man Floyd. Oh man, you gotta watch out for this guy. This dude can be a severe threat, especially in later levels. First off, he loves to spam that special jump a lot. Now luckily, when he does the jump 4 times, mind you, he doesn't lose health, but it is also inaccurate, so you can dodge most of them. Problem is, sometimes he'll spam it more than once, so you might have to dodge 8 jumps instead of 4. He tends to use his defensive special as an anti-air move, much like the other characters. And he also has his regular combo, but he'll throw in his blitz move at the end. Now once in the blue moon, he'll try to do his offensive special when he tries to grab you. If he does grab you and you don't break out in time, he'll shock you. Oh, and did I mention that offensive special comes with anti-stagger armor? No surprise, right? But the move you want to watch out for the most is his Cyber Nova. Oh man, this move comes out really fast. So if you're in front of him and he screams Cyber Nova, the chances of you escaping is very slim. Oh, and did I mention, he can cancel right into it after he does some attacks. So you need to be real careful that he doesn't combo you. This guy is a freaking pain. He can abuse that jump move, which means it's hard to hit him, and then he has anti-stagger armor on a lot of his moves. And he's really good at using that defensive special, so you need to be really careful with this guy. If you connect with him, you need to hit him with your best attacks. I'm telling you man, Dr. Zan did a number with this guy. He gave him the best tools to destroy you. So you need to take him very, very seriously. And of course we can't forget our boy Adam. Yeah, Clone Adam. He's a bit of a pain, but you know what? I would say as far as all the clones are concerned, he might be one of the easiest. A lot of his moves tend to be easy to telegraph. He tends to use that punch and kick combo a lot, as well as his blitz, and his offensive special. A lot of them can be telegraphed, so as long as you keep moving up and down, a lot of times he'll miss you. But you gotta be careful, because sometimes he'll do a dash move, come up behind you, and hit you with a combo. Clone Adam tends to interrupt slow combos or do a wake-up attack with his defense special. It works as anti-air as well, but he prefers to use his woo kick for the anti-air roll. It is very rare that he uses his star special. The star special only comes from the front, which makes it easy to avoid. I know this sounds weird for a guy as powerful as Adam, but there really isn't much to say about this clone. This clone really isn't that dangerous. I mean, he can still put a hurting on you, but in comparison to the other guys, he's kinda chump change. Just hit him with your best combos, dodge his moves, attack him when he's wide open, you should be alright. Trust me, I'd rather fight this guy than freaking Bongo and Souther. Shoot. Alright guys, that's all I had for this rather lengthy enemy guide for the Mr. X Nightmare DLC. I greatly apologize for the wait, but when you have a full-time job, 2 YouTubes, and 2 TikToks, things can be very tricky to manage. I want to thank you all for your support, and I hope this guide will still help you climb the ladder of success with this crazy survival mode. If I forgot anything, or you have any questions, hit up that comment section. Give me suggestions for my next video if you wish. And don't forget to check out my other strategy guides for the original enemies not covered in this guide. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You are all groovy. Thank you, and I will see y'all soon. Until then, this is Nostradante, signing the frig off. Peace in the Middle East and chicken grease.